I'm looking at the third free response question from the 2006 APCS exam. This question starts in a customer class, pretty basic. It's got a constructor. It's got two accessor methods. One gives us the customer's name as a string. The other one, their ID as an int. We don't really know if there's any state variables or anything, but it doesn't matter. We can access everything we need with these two methods. We're going to write code inside of compareCustomer. So we'll have local access to both of these methods. To bring us to this method would require a customer object. We could refer to that object as this, but we don't have to. And we're handed another customer object referred to as other. We're going to compare the this object to the other and try to decide who wins, I guess, or who's greater than the other customer. So the way that we rank customers, it says, is by their name alphabetically. So it's very much like the string compare to method. However, if there's a tie between two customers' names, then we'll break the tie with their ID number. In the chance that we see the same name and ID number for both customers, says we're going to return 0. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my replit. I'm in the customer class, and we see compare customer. All right, so one of the things we needed to know was how do their names compare. If you wanted to, you could just set up an int, maybe call it like name compare. And like I said, we could refer to the object that brings us here as this. However, we don't need to. We want to get the name of this customer so that we can compare it to the name of the other customer. That would be other.getName. Okay, now if we know that this number is, say, negative, then we just need to return some sort of negative number. If this number is positive, we need to return some positive number. It really doesn't matter what negative or positive number we return. So if we want to just make it -1 and +1, we can. If we want to just use the compare to value, we can. It's not really a big deal. But there was that sort of special case. So what if this value turns out to be 0? Okay, well, in that case, we're supposed to rely on the two ID numbers. So what we could do at that point then is we could say, well, let's get the ID of this customer, and let's subtract from that the ID of the other customer. So let's just pause for a second and see if that subtraction's in the correct order. Okay, so we're told, for example, when Smith 1001 compares to Smith 1003, C1 to C3, we get a negative integer, 1001 minus 1003. And that's the same thing that my code would be producing. I would be taking this, the 1001 minus 1003, I'd be returning -2. So checks out. And if we're not in this special case of the same name, then that means that we have either a positive or a negative name compare, and we should just be able to return the value that came to us from that string method. So we have a part A test built into the tester. Let's see if we passed. So we got 0 for 0, 18 is our positive integer. Remember, any positive integer will do. And we got -2 when we should have returned a negative integer. So yeah, this looks perfect. Okay, like I mentioned, use of the keyword this is optional. So if that's bothering you, we can take that out of there. You could also set up some local strings, some local ints to hold these values. Totally up to you.